Hello mga students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat. So, meron po tayong tatlo na illustrations, no, for your passive income computations. And this is focused on dividends, ayan, prices and winnings para mas ma-appreciate po natin yung ating reference material for the topic. Also, within the dividend groupings, no, yung final tax on share in business partnership income. Because if you will take a look at the materials that I gave you, although that is based on the book of Enrico Tabag, no, and that is different from how it is presented in the book of Sir Banggawan. Makikita po ninyo doon sa dividends na kasama din doon yung mga share in business partnerships. Okay. Please take a look, no? For dividends, ang coverage po natin dito, ang pinag-uusapan natin na klase ng dividendo ay cash and property dividends lamang po. Okay? There is discussion. Meron po tayong discussion. Bakit hindi kasama yung stock dividends, yung liquidating dividends? Pero hindi na po natin yan i-elaborate dito because we are focused on the computation side. Okay, so yan po yung nasa illustration number 5. Now, let's take a look at this problem. No? ABC Company, a domestic corporation. Okay, so nakafocus tayo sa domestic corporation kasi if coming from a foreign corporation, that is subject to your regular income tax. Please take note that passive income from foreign sources are subject to regular income tax. So dito, in-emphasize lamang po natin na etong dividend ay nanggagaling no, sa isang domestic corporation. Okay? Si ABC Company ay nag-declare, okay, ng 2 million dividends. 800,000 para sa kanyang mga corporate shareholders, samantalang 1.2 million ay para sa kanyang mga individual shareholders. But instead of simply following our reference book, and that is based on Banggawan, let us consider if the corporate shareholders are yung ating mga corporate taxpayers, no? Ano yon? Domestic corporation, resident foreign corporation, and even your may nakalimutan po tayo dito, non-resident, okay? NRFC. Okay. So, non-resident foreign corporation. So, papaano yung magiging treatment natin sa mga yan? Ano? Okay. So, dito makikita po ninyo yung ating solution. Okay, but please, before reading the book, before checking the explanation, my explanation, I hope you, try to answer it muna. So these are your taxpayers, okay? RC, NRC, RA, NRA engaged in trade or business, and NRA not engaged in trade and business. Tapos yung iyong tatlong klase ng corporation. So yung ating mga individual taxpayers, okay? Ito po yun, yung mga individual shareholders mo. Pero using different classification. So 1.2 po sila lahat, samantalang ang mga corporate shareholders mo ay etong tatlo. Okay? Under these three cases or scenario. So if we are to follow, pag pinag-uusapan po natin ang dividend, okay, ayan 10, 20, 25 lang naman yung kailangan ninyong tandaan dyan. 10, 20, 25 for individual taxpayers. No? Samantalang for corporate taxpayers, exempt for domestic and resident foreign corporation, samantalang pag non-resident foreign corporation 25%. You will observe na yung NRA, NETB at saka yung NRFC parehas po sila ng percentages. Okay? 25%. Now, so for RC resident and resident and citizen, pare-parehas po sila, 10%. Therefore, 120,000 ang final tax withheld. 1.2 million times 10%. Okay? Oh, meron tayo ditong note, no? At ito yung ating note dito. Yung 10% final withholding tax also applies to dividends from entities considered as corporation under the NIRC. Okay? And special laws, such as your one-person corporation, no? As provided under the revised corporation code. Kasi sa old corporation code, wala po tayong one-person corporation. Incorporated joint ventures. No, kasi dinidefine sa NIRC na hindi lamang corporation yung corporation. For tax purposes, even incorporated joint ventures are considered as corporation. Therefore, they follow kung paano yung treatment, no, ng regular corporations. Also, your real estate investment trust or REIT, na. So they apply the same 10% final withholding tax. Okay? So pa-take note po nun. Ano? Now, for your NRA ETB, syempre 20% yung final tax na nag-a-apply sa kanila, yung final tax withheld natin ay 240,000. For NRA and ETB, 25%. Therefore, the final tax withheld ay 300,000 pesos. Okay. Now, for your domestic and resident corporation, sa iyong mga, anong tawag natin dito? Corporate taxpayers, they are exempt from final tax withheld. Okay? Because this dividend is considered as an intercorporate dividend. If the recipient is a domestic corporation coming from a domestic corporation, the intercorporate dividend siya. Okay? Recipient po, yung recipient po ninyo ay dapat domestic corporation and or resident foreign corporation at yung dividendo ay nanggagaling sa isang domestic corporation. So, ang sabi ng NIRC, exempt po natin yan, ano, para ma-minimize po natin yung double taxation. Ang nangyayari, kung halimbawa, itong amount na ito ay dinistribute din, dineclare din sa mga individual shareholders, eventually, subsequently, edi yung final tax no, na 10%, yung ia-apply natin doon sa bandang dulo. Okay? So, pa-take note po nito. So, just to illustrate this, halimbawa, si ABC Company nag-declare no, nung 800,000 dividend to XYZ Company. So yung siya yung si XYZ yung recipient nung dividend. Okay? Si XYZ ay isang domestic corporation or kahit na resident foreign corporation siya. Parehas lang naman. Tapos ang ginawa ni XYZ company ay dineclare niya yung 800,000 na yon sa kanyang mga shareholders. So ang mangyayari, no, magkakaroon ng double taxation. Pero i-exempt po, no, sabi ni NIRC, exempt po natin yung dividend, no, na i-declare ni ABC papunta kay XYZ. Pero nung dineclare ito ni XYZ papunta sa kanyang mga individual taxpayers, no, yung kanyang mga individual shareholders, yun lamang po yung magiging subject sa appropriate na final tax rate. Depende kung kanino niya ito ibinigay or kung sino yung magiging recipient ng dividend at ano yung kanyang taxpayer classification under the tax code. Alright? So, please take note po nito. Ano? Okay? Now, for your non-resident foreign corporation, 25%. Hence, no, we follow the 200,000. Pero, ito kasi ay 800,000 yung base amount natin. Okay? 25%. Pero meron tayong tinatawag na tax sparing rule kung saan mas mababa yung tax rate no na maia-apply po. Ano ba ibig nito sabihin na tax sparing rule? Baba po natin ano. Sabi dito, this applies if the country of domicile of the NRFC credits against the tax due of such NRFC taxes presumed to have been paid by such NRFC from the Philippines equivalent to 10% of the dividends. So halimbawa, ang sabi dito ano, the requirement of the tax sparing rule is satisfied if the country to which the NRFC is domiciled imposes no tax on dividends from foreign sources. um Pa-take note po nito ano, doon sa illustration na nasa libro, Okay, sa book ni Banggawan. Hindi ko yata naisama dito, ano. And in the interest of, ano na, para consistency, smooth yung flow ng ating discussion, hindi ko na po ito ipapahabol. Okay? Pero yun, ano, kung meron po tayong, may tinatawag tayo na tax pairing rules. Okay. Class, patake note po ng presumptive source of dividend distribution. Ang sinasabi po dito is any distribution made to the shareholders or members of a corporation as if shall be deemed to have been made from the most recently accumulated profit or surplus, yung retained earnings, and shall constitute part of the annual income of the distributee for the year in which received, kung kailan natanggap yung dividendo na yun. Okay? Take note of your exempt dividends aside dito sa intercorporate dividends. Okay? Dividends received from cooperatives. Exempt po yan. Okay? Qualified foreign source dividends. Okay? Take note ng asterisk dito. We will be exploring this, no? Yung requirement nito later on. Okay, for now we will not be elaborating ano yung qualification na yon para maging exempt siya. Kasi generally, yung dividends received by corporations from foreign sources or foreign corporations ay subject to regular income tax. Kasi from foreign sources. Okay, pero may mga qualified dyan na pwedeng maging exempt, but it will not be discussed in detail dito sa ating illustration. Okay? So, yun po ano ang ating illustration number 5, final withholding tax on dividend. Okay. Now, proceed po tayo sa illustration number 6. Ang focus naman po natin dito is the final withholding tax on the share in business partnership income. Consider this example, no? Yung partnership profit distribution of partners BSA and BSAIS based on their agreed profit distribution scheme. Okay, babalikan natin yung ating accounting for partnership, di ba? Si BSA at saka si BSAIS, sila yung mga partners. Ito yung kanilang distribution ng profit. So, ang profit sharing na matatanggap ni BSA ay 73,000, kay AIS ay 36,000. Now, eto ano, assuming the following taxpayers, no, classification. Ayan. And assuming that the salaries, interest, and bonus are not expense in the book. Okay? This is merely a method for allocating your profit. Paano natin i-compute at magkano yung final tax na i-withhold? Kung si BSA, yung individual taxpayer, samantalang si AIS is a corporate taxpayer using this different classification. Now, baka tanungin niyo ako, Sir, di ba, pag partnership, hindi pwede si corporation. O kaya nga meron tayo dito ang asterisk. No, ano yung asterisk na yon? Si BSA, individual, si BSAIS, sabi natin ano ay corporate. Pero dito, let us assume that for the purpose of ano no, in the strictest sense na corporation cannot enter into a partnership contract, sabihin na natin na etong ano na ito, etong partnership na ito is more of a joint venture or a co-partnership para lang ma-satisfy natin na pwedeng mag-enter into a partnership etong corporate type of business na ito. Okay? So sabihin na natin na joint venture, edi qualified na. Para lang ano no, wala tayong magiging issue dito na technical. Okay. So, as you will see here, the solution, so pipick upin lang natin ito, 73 and 36. 73 for your individual taxpayers, tapos 36 for your corporate taxpayers. So, ganun din, ano, yung rates, 10. Sir, paanong ganun din? O, kasi yung dividend mo, 10, 20, 25. O, yung share in net income mo ay 10, 20, 25 din for individual. Okay, yun nga lang, pagdating sa corporate taxpayers mo, instead na exempt yung domestic at resident foreign, sila po ay subject sa regular corporate income tax. Okay, regular income tax. Okay, so pag in-apply po natin itong mga rates, edi yung final tax withheld ay 7.3 para dito sa tatlo, 14,600 para sa NRA ETB at saka 18,250 para sa NRA NETB. For corporate taxpayers, wala po tayong final tax withheld kasi sila po ay subject ng regular income tax for domestic corporations and resident foreign corporation. No. Samantalang for NRFC, di 25% ng 36,000 ay 9,000. Alright? So, yan po ang ating illustration number 6. Last item, illustration number 7. Focusing on final tax on prices and winnings. You may observe sa ating summary meron tayong royalties pero hindi ko na po ito nilagyan ng illustration sa ngayon. Pero pakitandaan po, 20. Okay? Except for royalties on books, as well as other literary works and musical compositions. Ang sabi po niyan sa ating mga reference book, that should be printed. Kasi pag mga electronic copies, dito po tayo sa 20%. Okay? Now, ito yung ating pinagpalang taxpayer, si Paul Christianso, PCSO. Alright, charmed with extraordinary luck, won various prizes and winnings during the taxable year. Una, nanalo siya ng 10,000 for being the first place in a singing competition sponsored ng kanilang company because of their annual celebration, anniversary. Pangalawa, during that anniversary, nanalo siya ng raffle ticket worth 10,000 din. Di ba? Sobrang swerte. Okay. For number 3, in relation to his purchases of PCSO tickets, at nanalo siya sa EC2, sa Suertres, and then sa 645. Take note for PCSO Lotto tickets, ito po ay on a per ticket basis ha. So kung nanalo ka sa EC2, nanalo ka sa Suertres, nanalo ka sa 645, account po natin yan separately. Tapos titignan po natin yung ating guidance. Okay? Greater than or less than or equal to 10,000. Okay? Kasi pag less than or equal to 10,000, yung mga PCSO lotto winnings mo, exempt yan. Pero pag lumagpas ka doon, 20%. No, except for NRA ETB, na exempt ka dyan. Okay? Yung mga ibang prices, pag less than or equal to 10,000, subject yan sa regular income tax. Samantalang, 20-25% ka dyan. Okay? For your corporate taxpayers, for domestic and resident, they are subject to regular income tax. Pero 25% for NRFC. Okay, pero I don't know, pinag-isipan ko, will they really purchase PCSO Lotto tickets, yung mga corporations na yon, Kasi it's more of an individual endeavor kasi, di ba? All right? Sige. So, tingnan po natin yung illustrations. Number 4, awarded as the most outstanding citizen. Ay, napakagaling naman pala nito ni Paul Christianso, At nakatanggap siya ng 100,000 prize. O, bongga, And number 5, nakatanggap din siya ng 250,000 from winning the Philippine Taekwondo competition in SEA Games. Di, pa pala ito, Tawag nito, athlete pa pala ito, si PCSO. Okay, PCSO pala. Sorry. So, papaano po natin i-account itong mga napanalunan niya? Meron bang final tax kung sakali man? Makikita niyo po dito yung solusyon sa baba. Ayan. Okay? So, doon sa singing competition, 10,000 yon, subject sa regular tax kasi below the threshold or within the threshold of 10,000. Okay? So, hindi yan subject sa final tax, kung hindi, regular tax. The same for your PCSO winnings, Yung 4,000 at saka 10,000, ganun din. Kasi hindi siya lumagpas sa threshold. Pero, unlike sa number 1, yung winnings mo sa EC2 at saka sa Suertres, ito po ay exempt. Samantalang ito, idadagdag mo sa regular, sa taxable income mo. Kasi regular income sa subject. Okay? Pero yung raffle ticket winning mo, na 10,000, this is subject to 20% final tax. Bakit? Saan po yan magfo-fall? Okay? Ayan, Okay? Asa na yon? other winnings regardless of amount, 20%. Okay? Tama ba? Raffle ticket winning. Okay. So, subject sa 20% final tax. Let me just double check, no, kung na-capture ko ba ng tama 'yan. Okay? So, ang sabi dito, no, since raffle draw results is not based on effort but on chance, the 10,000 payment is a winning which is subject to 20% final tax. Okay? So note that the 10,000 threshold applies only on prices. Okay? Not on winnings. So nag-apply lang yung threshold na yon on prices, not on winnings. Okay? So dito, yung winnings mo, napanalunan mo. Okay? So dito siya papasok. Alright. What else? Yung napanalunan mo sa 645 na 20 million, definitely that will be subjected to 20% tax. Kasi nga, lagpas-lagpas siya sa 10,000 threshold. Etong dalawa, si number 4 at saka si number 5, eto yung tinatawag natin na exempt, no? Pasok sa exemption. Kasi halimbawa, etong number 4, Most Outstanding Citizen Award. This is a prize received by a recipient without any effort on his part to join a contest. Actually, hindi ko lang na-cite no, yung ah, relevant na excerpt niya sa tax code. Pero makikita kasi yun sa latter portion pa. Okay? So, pero eto ano, pa-take note, if may mga prizes ka na natanggap and you are a recipient na wala ka namang ginawa, okay? Inawardan ka lang na Nobel Prize winner, most outstanding, ano? Tapos may equivalent na prize ka doon na natanggap. No, yun po ay exempt. The same doon sa mga prizes from sports competition na sanctioned ng mga national sports organization. Kung nanalo ka doon, halimbawa, yung mga sumasali sa SEA Games, sa Olympics, no? Pag nanalo sila, may monetary incentive sila coming from the national government. Yun po ay exempt, no? From final tax and even from regular tax. Okay? So, ito, no, yung pag-account natin sa mga winnings na yan, prizes, winnings na yan. At ito po yung subject sa final tax. Si number 2 at saka si number 3 on PCSO na 645. So the amount na withheld ay 4,002,000 pesos. Alright? So that's it, no? I'm sorry class if parang mabilis yung aking discussion dito. Pero pause the video. Hindi naman ito live, no? You can pause anytime para lang masundan ninyo ako and you can double check your book. Alright, so maraming salamat. Hanggang dito na lamang. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.